You're listening to Do This First, a daily personal development podcast that focuses on science-backed, actionable steps towards your best year ever. Hi, I'm Santa, your host. Yesterday we spoke about your brand and origin story. As successful leaders, we all have a narrative to share that either makes people want to follow you and support you or not. Sometimes your story can mark the difference between a flash in the pan type of success as opposed to a long, successful run. However, there are a couple of huge errors that some leaders make when crafting their brand story. And I wanted to share what some of those things are, just to kind of save you the headaches of having to backpedal and attempting to right wrongs, if at all possible, because sometimes you can't. A huge mistake I've seen too often is commingling your plans with your experiences. Your plans are part of your goals and the how behind what you want to accomplish, but they're not your story. Your dreams or vision, on the other hand, are compelling and can be part of your story as you continue to move forward. There is a big difference. Your plans are a roadmap of sorts. Some use milestones, benchmarks to stay on course and hone in. While you should be doing all of the things mentioned, and they will help you stay productive and focused, it is not your story. When you reach those milestones, then it'll become part of your narrative, but it isn't part of your story until you accomplish them. Allow me to be a tad bit more specific. A plan is a detailed outline of the steps and strategies that your brand will take to achieve its goals. It typically includes information on financial projections, marketing strategies, operations, and other key elements of the business. A plan is a roadmap for how a brand or a business will operate and grow over time. And every business is a brand, just so that you know. So I don't differentiate those two. But businesses can have a variety of brands as well. On the other hand, a brand or company story is the narrative that a business uses to tell its story to customers and stakeholders. It is the essence of what the business stands for, its values, and its unique positioning in the market. A brand story is about building an emotional connection with customers and creating a strong identity that sets the business apart from its competitors. One key difference between a plan and a brand or company story is that a plan is more internally focused, while a brand story is more externally focused. A plan is primarily used to guide internal decision making and operations, while a brand story is used to communicate with your audiences and build loyalty and trust with customers. Another difference is that a plan is a dynamic and flexible document that can be adjusted and revised as needed, while a brand or company story is more enduring but can evolve through time as your customers' needs shift and grow. Both a plan and a brand story may change in response to market conditions and other factors. A brand or company story can be emotional and creative. Sometimes it is aesthetically driven and can capture a sentiment, a vibe, or even a lifestyle. A plan may be partially based on analytics and financial projections as well, while a brand story is communicated through marketing materials, advertising campaigns, and customer interactions. Are you starting to see the difference between the two? A plan is focused on short-term goals and objectives, while a brand story is focused on long-term vision and values. A plan can outline specific targets for revenue growth, market share, or other metrics, while a brand story is about creating a lasting impression and reputation in the minds and hearts of customers. Plans are more tactical and operational, while a brand or company story is more strategic and inspirational. A plan may include specific action steps and timelines for implementation, while a brand story is about articulating the broader purpose and vision of the business. As you can tell, while both a plan and a brand or company story are essential components of a successful business, they serve different purposes and have distinct characteristics. A plan is more strategic. It's like a strategic roadmap focused on internal operations and goals, while a brand story is a narrative that communicates the essence of the business to external audiences. When thinking about your brand story, keep in mind that you are shaping your brand's legacy. Give considerable thought to what you want your audience to never forget about your brand. Never try to be all things to all people. That's a great way to drown in the sea of competitors. Carving out an authentic niche will help you connect with your true audience initially, and then you can cautiously expand from there. Also, stay away from crafting a brand story that is a cold retelling of historical facts. Connectedness with your audience comes from emotion. Tell the story with all its peaks and valleys, as people like to feel that they're part of your success by supporting your brand. When you share the character-building moments your brand has experienced, it can strengthen your relationships with your customers, and almost anyone can identify with persevering in the midst of tough times. Your brand story should be able to stand alone like a human. It should have values, traits, and characteristics. Brand stories should have a personality. Yes, a personality that your target audience can relate to. Your brand narrative should be compelling and inspire your audience to follow in your footsteps, or at the very least, to support you. They get you because they can see pieces of themselves in your brand story. The biggest mistake we can make when crafting a brand narrative is to make it impersonal, generic, ambiguous, irrelevant, or dated and inauthentic. You do want your brand story to provide a way forward for your audience. Your audience should feel that you add value and that you understand and that you care. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to leave a review. You can also read a transcript of this podcast episode and all of my podcast episodes on my blog, dothisfirst.life. And while you're there, you can sign up for my weekly newsletter, which will give you all the cutting edge research on the neurosciences, on personal and professional development, and brain health. You can also stay in the loop with all the things I have happening this upcoming year. You can also listen to all of my podcast episodes on my website. And you can listen to them on YouTube as well. My handle there is @DoThisFirst. Tomorrow we'll continue with our micro series, Finish Strong. Until tomorrow. Moving past the rain.